That's great. I just lost my, my agenda. Um, Best laid plans.
Adjustments to the agenda and announcements from MPC members.
Perfect. Let's start with that while I pull this thing up.
Chair, there are no adjustments to the agenda other than what we just did. And so I'll leave it open to announcements from members.
Are there any announcements from members? I'm seeing none. Okay, Brenda, what's the next agenda item while I'm still trying to pull this up? I can't see my screen and pull that up at the same time.
No problem, Chair.
I know.
Comments from the audience.
Are there any comments from the audience? Paul, anyone signed up to speak?
I do not have anyone signed up to speak, and I do not see anybody other than members and staff, so no.
Okay, moving on to the next agenda item.
That would be 6A, the draft. Now mine's blurry too.
That would actually be approving the April minutes.
Oh, yes, approving the April minutes. Sorry about that.
Are there any adjustments or amendments to the April meeting minutes? I'm seeing none. Is there a motion to accept the meeting minutes?
Move approval to accept the meeting minutes from our previous meeting.
Motion moved by Commissioner Lovall. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Board Member Chief Pete Knox. Chief Knox, Pete Knox. Okay. Any opposed? It appears it passes unanimously. Next item, please.
Now we move on to 6A, the draft Title VI plan.
Great. Draft Title VI plan, is that being led by Paul?
No, actually, that's being led by Kate Wilson from ELCO.
Well, and she just popped up on the screen. Take it away, Kate.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kate Wilson. I'm a senior planner at the Central Lane MPO. I've got Kelly here guiding my PowerPoint for me today. We are currently working to update our Title VI plan. It's now in a draft form, so I want to give you a brief presentation on it. The whole draft is in your packet today. Next slide, please. As a quick reminder, Title VI comes out of Section 601 of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and it prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, color, or national origin. Then subsequent legislation has extended those protections under Title VI to prohibit discrimination based on gender, disability, and age. So we currently have 6 protected classes under Title VI. Next slide. You can see here, I'm not going to read all of these, but you can see here a few of pieces of the Central Lane MPO's role with Title VI. We update our Title VI plan every 3 years. We'll also come with an annual report in the fall every year. So you'll see me again in this fall with our annual report with our accomplishments. But essentially what we're trying to do is just make sure that all people are identified, addressed, that there's no burden to making sure that everyone has public and fair access to all Central Lane MPO programs. Next slide. So in the draft Title VI plan, there's a few changes this year. Every time we update this Title VI plan every 3 years, we go ahead and we update the demographic information in the plan. Regionally, that comes from ACS data, American Community Survey data. And then we also send out a survey. I think probably you all remember Paul sending you a survey and asking you to fill out a quick 2-question survey about your demographics. So those all go into the Title VI plan. You can see updated maps in the plan. And then this particular Title VI plan also addresses a few policy changes that have happened because at the federal level. Our previous Title VI plans referenced a number of executive orders that are no longer applicable to us. Our previous Title VI plan was called our Title VI and Environmental Justice Plan. This one does not, as we've removed references to environmental justice. Previously, under those executive orders, low-income communities were considered protected classes. Now, under Title VI, there's only 6 protected classes. That has also been removed from this Title VI plan. Finally, the last thing that this Title VI plan does, the major change is that we have updated our Title VI complaint process. We actually updated our Title VI complaint process in 2025. This is just now in the plan, and that's to comply with also Federal Highway Authority's new policy. This, I actually believe, came out with the previous administration, but now we direct all of our complaints directly to the ODOT's Civil Rights Office, and then they direct those complaints to Federal Highway Civil Rights Office, where they are reviewed, and Federal Highways determines if they're accepted, dismissed, or transferred. So just a slight difference. It used to be that we internally did an investigation about those complaints. So you can see in Appendix A that new complaint process. So those are the major changes in this particular plan. Next slide. So our ODOT's Title VI coordinator has reviewed this draft plan and made sure that we are currently in compliance with all laws as they are now. At the previous Transportation Policy Committee, they did open a public comment period. So the public comment period to comment on this draft plan is open, and it will be open until May 22nd. At this time, we have not received any public comments about the plan. Today, I would like to ask you if you would be willing to hold a public hearing for the plan. And then we anticipate that we will come back in June and ask you to adopt this updated plan. So that's the quick presentation. Like I said, the whole draft is there. If you have any questions, please let me know.
I can't see my full screen here to see if there are any questions. I have one regarding the public hearing. Is that something we need a motion on and schedule it then?
No,
Oh, well, no, we just need a public, I think Paul they just have to request it. Is that correct? That you have to open it. But we
just
don't have
open the
anyone here.
public hearing and conduct it today, Chair Groves.
So was that advertised, or can we just do that? Okay, very good.
It was noticed.
Go ahead and open the public comment period, public hearing. Paul, do we have anyone signed up?
Chair, there is no one signed up and nobody that I see that would be testifying during this public hearing.
Okay, are there comments from the MPC, questions? I'm seeing none. We'll close the public hearing, and I see we have Vice Chair Commissioner Buck on board. Would you like me to pass the baton back to you, Heather?
Thank you. I apologize for being late. Just had a fire briefing with the senator and congresswoman, and so it ran a little bit long. So I apologize to the group. And I am kind of mobile at the moment, so
Okay.
I'm happy if you want to go like one more item, and then I can
Sure.
join in.
Sure.
Thank
I just
you.
we elected a pro tem chair so we
Perfect.
could get the meeting going.
I apologize.
No, I understand you were doing important business. Thank you for that. Okay, well, thank you, Kate, for the information. We've held our public hearing, and now we'll move on to item 6B, 2027 to 2030 Metropolitan Transportation Improvement Plan, MTIP, LTD Program of Projects and Air Quality Conformity Determination. Dan Callister.
Yes, I'm Daniel Collister. Yes, that is a mouthful. This is the Draft Transportation Improvement Program, or TIP, for federal fiscal years 2027 to 2030, and it includes LTD's 5307 program of projects, and it is also the Draft Air Quality Conformity Determination, or AQCD. So in a nutshell, the TIP is the MPO's four-year program of federally funded projects. The AQCD is an accompanying document that reports how the projects in the TIP aren't going to lead to violations of air quality standards. I presented both of these drafts to MPC last month, and a public hearing was held at that meeting. Since that time, they've been available for public review and comment. The drafts were posted on the MPO website. Notice was sent to the MPO's distribution list and posted on our social media. There were no comments beyond the comments we received through our project selection process, and a summary of the comments has been incorporated into the draft. But besides that, there have been no changes since you saw the draft last month. Once these are adopted, the tip will be forwarded to ODOT to be grouped with all the other tips in Oregon and the statewide tip to be presented to the governor and then receive federal acceptance before becoming our active tip starting in October 1st of this year. The AQCD will be provided to our federal district partners for their review and forwarded to USDOT for confirmation. That usually happens around September. So with that, the action requested today is approval of resolutions 2026-02 and 2026-03, adopting the TIP and the AQCD respectively.
Thank you, Dan. Daniel, are there any questions from the MPC before we entertain a motion? I'm not seeing any hands. Do we have a motion to approve this? And I can read it again if that's helpful. In fact, why don't I, just to make sure we get it right? We're looking to approve resolutions 2026-02 and 2026-03, adopting the 2027-2030 TIP and air quality conformity determination.
So moved, Chair.
Moved by Commissioner Lovall. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Buck. Are there any opposed to this adoption? I'm not seeing any hands. That means to me that it passed unanimously. Thank you very much. We'll move on to agenda item 6C, FY27 Unified Planning Work Program, Addendum. Staff contact person is Paul. Paul?
Thank you, Chair. Similar to the previous item, this is the request for approval of the draft that we brought to you last month. It is a draft of an addendum to our 2-year work program. Last year, we adopted the full 2-year work program, and occasionally we need to modify some things in the second year, and we also need to approve the funding for the second year since funding is only available 1 year at a time. So again, we brought you the full draft and the proposed funding last month. You conducted a public hearing, although no one testified, and we have not received any public comments on this draft. The only thing that's changed is that we did have a slight adjustment to the funding amounts in the tables. And I will note, as I do every single year, that once you hopefully approve this today, adopting the addendum, we will be working on a contract with ODOT for the funding that you will approve. And occasionally ODOT finds slight adjustments to the dollar amounts again, since the work program under the federal rules has to match the contract exactly. They sometimes say, please change your UPWP funding table to match the contract that we're sending you. And I always ask for your approval to do that as a staff adjustment should ODOT correct any numbers. I'm happy to answer any questions. Again, no public comments received. We're asking you to approve resolution 2026-04, adopting the FY27 UPWP addendum.
Thank you, Paul. Questions from the MPC or comments? Again, I'm seeing no hands. Paul, I'm assuming we don't anticipate any divergence in your numbers from ODOT, since you're always right, correct?
I appreciate the confidence there. These are the current numbers. Again, ODOT may tell us next week that there's a slight change, but I don't anticipate that.
Very good. We'll stand at the ready. The action requested is to approve resolution 2026-04, adopting the FY27 UPWP addendum. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Oh,
Moved
you
by
got me again.
Commissioner Lovall. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Vice Chair and Commissioner Buck. Boy, we have a county team going here today.
Come on.
Are there anyone in opposition to passing this? I am not seeing any hands. I see this as passing unanimously. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay, we are on to other MPO information. First up is ODOT.
Hi there. Good morning still. If you don't remember, I'm Ian Rollhold. I'm filling in for Vidal as the interim Area 5 manager. Vidal couldn't be here today. He's doing his interim role with Abernathy Bridge. He's at the OTC meeting today, so staying busy up there. I have a few updates. Starting with, let's see, yesterday we had the statewide ACT modal meeting, where all the ACTs sent representatives to Corvallis to share, updates and concerns and things like that, and have a discussion with the OTC. Unfortunately, our chair and vice chair were unavailable to make it, so Vidal provided updates. But overall, I think it was a really good meeting, and I think it was streamed on YouTube, and should be available publicly, I believe, if you're looking to go catch up on it. Also happening, kind of related to that, is last Friday, May 1st, the governor's transportation division work group had their first meeting. Their website and their first meeting recordings are online too, and of course they're working on providing recommendations to the legislature of transportation solutions in the upcoming session next year. So also up next for ODOT, the agency is working on preparing our agency request budget for 27-29 biennium. That preparation will happen through May. ODOT will finalize, well, yeah, I guess finalize its requested budget in June, and then eventually send that over to DAS for finalization. I don't know what those numbers look like yet, but from what I've heard, it's going to be very similar to the previous agency requested budget. Our revenue has continued to decline, and we haven't changed staffing levels or anything significantly, and so it's looking to propose additional cuts to the agency, including layoffs too. But anyway, that's still very early, so we'll have to see what those numbers look like eventually. And then also CIP next steps. The ACT approved their list of top 5 priority projects to be considered for CIP candidate project list coming this year. The regions, as well as the asset programs at ODOT, are also working on their lists now, and we will be populating all the projects from the ACTs, from the different ODOT groups, into our CIP candidate tool for analysis, and then that'll happen in June, by June 3rd, and then from there the projects will be scored and then move on to the selection committee. They'll be choosing which projects to move forward in the process. So more to come on that, but that's kind of the next steps with our CIP process. And then a couple projects I just want to kind of inform the group on. This one's a little bit outside the MPO, but we recently started our work on I-5 paving, Cottage Grove to Martin Creek, south of Eugene area. So that work will happen primarily at night with lane closures, paving, some bridge work as well. So if you head south, you can anticipate that happening. And then just bidding today was I-5 M Beltline wrong way driving treatments. It's a project that spans several interchanges along I-5 through Region 2, but also significant portions on Beltline at the Beltline interchanges, installing new signs, reflectors, pavement markings to help discourage wrong way driving and people entering the freeway or expressway the wrong direction, that kind of work. So you can all keep your eye on. So those are all the updates I thought to add.
Thank you, Ian, for your report. Are there any questions or comments from the MPC?
Yes, Chair.
Commissioner Lovell.
Thank you, Ian. Great report. Thank you. I'm just curious. I haven't heard a lot of incidences where people on Beltline have gone the wrong way. Is there some incidences that we don't know about that haven't been reported, or is this just one of those maintenance items that we're putting in place?
It's more maintenance. We have a lot of interchanges where just the signing and markings there are substandard.
Gotcha.
And so this is just upgrading it to be so the signs get larger, they get relocated to a more logical spot based on data and stuff. So yeah, no incidences, you know, relating to this, just improving our facility.
Well, good deal. As a guy who wears bifocals now, I can appreciate larger signs. Thank you.
Sure thing.
We've certainly had plenty of wrong way drivers in the past that have led to some pretty horrific accidents. From a risk management standpoint, if it's predictable, it's preventable.
There you
And I
go.
think this is one of those things that is predictable. So I really appreciate the work on that. Ian, I have a question. With all the budget uncertainty, how's your workforce doing?
Well, I mean, at the moment, we're trying to hire some positions, based on the budget, gap, being resolved for this biennium. I mean, I think for the staff, it's still a waiting game. So
Yeah.
trying to work with our folks to keep hopes up and still do good work. I mean, it's challenging because
Sure.
until session comes and those conversations happen, we don't truly know. And yeah, the ARB will probably create some more concern for folks. So it's still just a lot of unknowns, and we're just kind of working through it.
Well, I believe I speak for all of us when I say we appreciate the work that you and your staff do. It's very important to our ability to move around our community and our state.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Of course. Thank you.
Okay, tip project changes. Looks like it's information only. Is that you, Paul? I didn't see a staff assign.
It is just information only, the monthly report.
Okay, and that was in our packet.
Yes.
Is there anything else to come before the MPC today? I think this is probably a record short meeting.
This is going to be a bar that's going to be hard to surmount there, Chair Groves. Good job.
I had a little motivation today.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's been going meeting to meeting. And Brenda, thank you very much for helping with the agenda while I tried to get mine to come back up. Nothing was working right on my computer today, but anyway, that's my problem. Paul, any closing thoughts?
Just a couple of quick notes. First of all, I am slightly confused who I should send the 3 resolutions for signatures to between 3 choices, a chair, a chair pro tem, and a vice chair. But I think, Councilor Groves, please look for those. I will send them to you for your signature.
Oh my gosh, we have the talented and gifted Vice Chair Commissioner Buck right here. I'm fine signing him, whatever works.
I'm not sure the protocol on that, but since you conducted the meeting, I think that might be appropriate. I'll also note that until 2 months ago, in my 4 decades, we'd never had a chair pro tem, and now you've done it twice in 1 calendar year. Other than that, June 4th will be an in-person meeting at the Eugene Library, and it may be a full 2-hour meeting. We have quite a few agenda items. We have special guests coming. We have a cable commission meeting in addition to the MPO meeting. We will feed you. So please put that on your calendar and show up in person on June 4th at the library if you can. There will be a hybrid option if you need to be remote.
Thank you, Paul. And I see my esteemed colleague, Councilor Keating, had his hand up. Now it's down. Or did you have something, Matt?
It was about the remote option on June 4. It's a travel day for us. So I unfortunately will not be able to participate in person.
Well, for what it's worth, I'll be here. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing any. I'm sorry, was there a comment?
No, I said that's all, Councilor.
Okay. Okay, great. Well, with that, unless there's anything else to come before today's MPC meeting, I call this meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.